This could be the beginning of the end for the human race.
It was one of the first movies to dramatize an alien invasion of Earth.
We'll have to rush our defenses to be ready when they do.
The guard can need plenty of reinforcements.
We'll get them. Lieutenant!
Look! Based on a novel written 50 years earlier, H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds was one of the original science fictions, the genre that lets writers project the problems of this world into outer space.
Montreal's blacked out. Nothing more has come through.
Same thing that happened on the Pacific coast.
Well, it's sure that 60 years later, those movie makers never would have thought that their old movie would be attracting a very modern crowd.
I think it's very much of its time, but it has a fresh, timeless quality to it as well.
Why is the genre so important, appealing to you?
I think because it can reflect timeless myths, it can reflect the politics of our times, it provides an aesthetic thrill, excitement, it's artistically interesting, it can basically take you anywhere you want to go, and it can also bring you back home to today and what's going on in the real world.
It's philosophy mixed with entertainment, usually tells you about the world that you're living in.
Philosophy?
Now. And, you know, it tells you about, gives you sort of, makes you think about what the world will be, you know, in times to come. And
Dozens of sci-fi fans turned up to see this rare cinema presentation of the movie in its original 35mm format.
This was kind of the first big-budget, spectacular destruction movie. This movie is being remade as we speak in films like Avengers Assemble, Independence Day Resurgence. It's kind of the start of a genre.
It's science fiction, it's also science fantasy effectively, but do you think all these movies have a basis in fact, in real life?
Wells was always thinking of the various world wars when he wrote the original novel, so there's quite a lot of the destruction is what you would see in wartime. We have to think of it as a kind of wartime movie. It's also about imperialism.
The nations of the world mobilize their armed might, rushing to defend the Earth against the unknown weapons of the super race from the Red Planet.
If you look at all these science fiction movies like Independence Day, Batman v Superman, they all now feature scenes that are all too familiar, in which the society is destroyed. So these films are kind of harmless way of working through the fears we have about, you know, terrorism and so forth. I want a show of hands. Who has already seen this film? Okay, this is quite a well-informed audience.
Time now for us to go and let these guys enjoy their vision of how the past looked into the future.